Ocarina of Time is universally put up on a pedestal as one of the best video games ever made. I understand this opinion, and I'm even glad when people say it because The Legend of Zelda is my favorite series ever, but I also disagree. I've been playing video games, especially Nintendo, since I was actually a toddler, but I still don't get that same nostalgia for old games that a lot of people get. These rose colored glasses are broken as hell when I wear them. That's why this is the first video in a series I'm calling Breaking Nostalgia Goggles, where I'm going to break down classic titles that people love and analyze them purely as they are and how they aged. And then run and hide so the comments don't find me hiding under my bed. I love Ocarina of Time. Please don't ever think that I don't. I've beaten the game about 7 times, 4 of those times I 100%ed the game. People blow this game way out of proportion all the dang time. Again, from an objective standpoint, I understand that when this game came out in '98, it was incredibly revolutionary. I swear it changed the brain chemistry of everyone who played it, and it was insane how much this changed adventure games after it. But 2 years later, they came out with one of the most bizarre and twisted Nintendo games out there, and it was a direct sequel to Ocarina of Time, and it holds up so much better in so many ways. Should people play Majora's Mask instead of Ocarina of Time? If you haven't played Ocarina of Time already, then what the heck are you doing on this side of YouTube? But also I would say no. If someone hasn't played either of them, or just hasn't played a lot of Nintendo or Zelda or just video games in general, I would tell them to start with Ocarina of Time. It's intuitive, it's fantastical, it's an amazing story, and it literally heals the soul. Science has proven it, just trust me. It's an amazing game. But if you have played Ocarina of Time, and or if you have played a lot of games like I have, then Majora's Mask is just unrivaled in how weird it is. If Ocarina of Time heals your soul, Majora's Mask probably damages it. Ocarina of Time is a great Zelda game and does everything in the formula almost perfectly, especially regarding the main story. But Majora's Mask just throws that all out the window and thrusts you into Zelda's version of Alice in Wonderland, which is one of my favorite books. I'm almost positive that most people have played Ocarina of Time and avoided Majora's Mask for this reason or another. Reasons like, it's too hard. Yes, Majora's Mask is harder and more confusing than Ocarina of Time. I mean, the more I play old games, the more I realize that all the context clues are there if you look for them and talk to people. I just didn't do this for a while because I was so used to modern games that have a mini map and a dedicated quest HUD. I didn't think I'd have to find my way around. Also, the more I've played old games, the more I see how fun it is to replay old games. I recently played the original Legend of Zelda with a friend, and I can't even describe the freaking high that I got when helping him navigate the world. I didn't even realize it before then, but I had played the game enough that I pretty much knew the entire thing by heart. Except the last dungeon. Here's a picture of it, and it's an actual travesty. Playing Majora's Mask for the third, fourth, fifth time was freaking incredible. The story is super deep and interesting. I still haven't seen anything quite like it. The atmosphere is so real, and the stakes of the game are always looming literally above your head, constantly reminding you of what happens should you fail your quest. The gameplay is incredibly fun, and it's constantly moving on to new ways to solve puzzles and defeat enemies, or just move around the world. It's the only mainline Zelda game that lets you play as any of the other races whenever you want. You can roll around Termina Field as an insane spiky Goron wheel at 400 miles per hour, and nothing can stop you. You can swim like a dolphin super fast whenever you want to as a Zora. Especially as a kid, this was like 99% of the game, and I still freaking loved it. The style of the game is somber, scary, and insane the whole time. There's curses, there's imminent death, there's pissed off trees trying to cook a monkey, there's a thief you can just straight up murder. I'm not kidding, and that's not even half the stuff that happens. Everyone in the main hub city of Termina is in full denial of what's going on. The moon has a terrifying yet iconic face and is hurtling down towards them at an incredible speed, and they're all just like, the festival is coming! And only some of them really realize what's going on and literally cower in their homes, shaking with fear in the final moments before the moon hits. It's just so different, it's hard to describe. There are issues with the game, my primary one honestly being that it's not long enough. There are 4 main dungeons and 5 bosses. There are some mini dungeons and some story stuff that happens in between everything, but for the most part, that's it. There's a pretty unique and interesting puzzle segment right before the final boss where you play as each of the masks in a new, more difficult area, but I'm not counting that since it doesn't really fit with any other dungeon in the series, and it's optional in the story. Compared to Ocarina of Time's 9 dungeons and 9 bosses, Majora's Mask just has less to offer in that regard. What Majora's Mask does have is side quests. Ocarina of Time has them too, but there aren't many of them, and as far as I remember, the only major reward you get from any of them is the big Goron sword. There are so many more people to talk to in Majora's Mask. I'm pretty sure there's also a bit more talking and exposition in the main story of Majora's Mask, which can be a good or bad thing depending on the player, but in general I think its dialogue and storytelling are more interesting than Ocarina of Time. There are a ton of side quests, and they're pretty much all weird, but wildly entertaining. almost always result in you getting some kind of mask. Some are powerful, some are stupid, all are bizarre. It's such a cool theme, especially for a Zelda game. You need all of those masks to get the best mask in the game and the coolest item in any video game, the Fierce Deity Mask. Most of you probably already know this, but when Link puts on the Fierce Deity Mask, he transforms into a godlike version of the Ocarina of Time Link. He looks incredibly badass, wields an enormous and freaking dope double helix sword that fires lasers and just completely curb stomps any boss in the game. The biggest bummer of basically this entire game is that you can only use the Fierce Deity Mask for bosses, and you only get it literally 3 seconds before the final boss. My last time playing through, I was shocked to find that I had beaten the game and gotten all the masks without a guide, and kicked the crap out of Majora for like the 5th time feeling on top of the world. To me, the main story of Ocarina of Time is fantastic. It's something anyone even slightly interested in video games should experience, and it's earned its popularity. And I know that this video series is about me breaking down and analyzing an old game. It's kind of embarrassing for the first episode, but I honestly don't have much to say about Ocarina of Time that hasn't already been said. Just writing this video, I couldn't think of anything bad to say about it. Love it, and you should too. There's not much to pick apart because the main essence of Ocarina of Time pretty much makes it the perfect adventure game, and the quintessential Zelda game. But I guess my unpopular opinion is that when I go back and play old Zelda games, I will almost always choose Majora's Mask. It's so different from anything else out there, especially other Zelda games, and it's a fun challenge to complete all the side quests and finish the game in as little time resets as possible. I guess at this point, there's less about Ocarina of Time that stands out for me. Even when I boot up Majora's Mask for the 80th time, I will always be ecstatic to see the characters again. The story will always completely engross me, and every time the credits roll, I will sob. Don't test me. I love this series. All the games are deserving of love, especially Ocarina of Time and its weird goth cousin Majora's Mask. Tears of the Kingdom is still my favorite Zelda game, though. Thanks to everyone who watched. I'd love to make more videos. I have some ideas, but I would also love to hear your ideas. If there's a video game that you would like me to talk about, something weird, or you just want my review on it, leave a comment and I'll try to get to it. Subscribe to see more when it comes out. That's all for me today. Bye.